Hello, Ocean View families. This is Miss Silas, and if you came to Family Math Math Night, you might be wanting to know how many Skittles were in the Nerds jar. And I made this one for the parents to think about with their kids, but it was really fun to read all of the explanations that parents gave for how many nerds they think were in there. So I want to tell you the range was from 100 nerds to 3,222 nerds. That was the largest number guess and the smallest number guess. And I was thinking about how I was going to count these. And when we're thinking about counting, we do a thing called counting collections. And you do it in life too, which is all the different ways you can count something. So there's so many ways I can count these, right? And also I don't want to take all day to do it. And that would take me a really, really long time to count the nerds. So I just want to tell you my way of getting to the number is hopefully going to get very, very close, but I'm actually not going to really actually count all of these. So here's what I'm going to do. I have right here, I have some more nerds, okay? And let's see, I'm going to turn this down a little bit more. Okay. I have some more nerds, and what I'm going to do is I am going to count out 100 of them. And I'm going to do that on this 10 frame, which is something that we use in school to help us organize our counting. And I'm going to do it in a way where I use the same technique that I did on the Skittles, where I'm going to count out 5 of them at a time, because 5 is about the number that a human brain can easily subitize 5. Subitize means that we can count them without actually counting them. We can just see them and know that that's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to depend here on the idea that nerds all weigh a little bit different. They're different sizes, right? And they're not perfectly spherical either. So it's hard to say how much a nerd weighs. But if we take the average of 100 of them, we're going to get pretty close to figuring out how much each one weighs. So there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I could just take 50 and double it, but I want to be pretty accurate, and I know the more that I have and then divide by that number, the closer we're going to get to the actual average size of a nerd, the average mass, the average weight of a nerd. So there's 5. So I'm going to get 100 on here. So even though I'm not getting them all on the 10 frame, I'm going to do an extra little bit up here. That's 5. Whoop. Come back here, little nerd. Okay. So I think I have 100 nerds laid out here. It's funny because some of these nerds are actually kind of, one nerd looks like 2. All right. There's 100, but let's just double check. So we have subitized all of these. So that actually leads to a lot of efficiency. When we can use a subitized number, then we don't have to spend so much brain power counting. And that's true for your kids as well. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. If I should have done it on this one. That's called the double 10 frame. But anyway, you get the idea. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, oh, I should turn this around for you. here. And I'm going to, okay. And I'm going to turn it to grams because grams, oh gosh, okay, just lost 2 nerds. So I'm going to get 2 more here. 1, 2, okay. So 5 grams. So it looks like 100 nerds is 5 grams. Okay, so there are 20 nerds in a gram. If we use that logic, that, yeah, 20, 40, 60, 80. Wait, I'm sorry. There are 20 nerds in 1 gram, so there are 100 nerds in 5 grams. Okay, great. So now that we know that, we're gonna come back here. We're gonna open this, and we're gonna see how much does this weigh. I almost feel like I need to write this down. Write it down because I keep forgetting things. So 5 grams equals 100 nerds. So 20 nerds equals 1 gram. Okay, cool. Now we have that so that we can remember. So let's just make. Okay, that's 10 grams. So that's going to be 200 nerds right there. Okay, now where am I going to put these ones? I'm going to put them in my box here. Okay. You know what? Let's just go ahead and put 20 grams in here. I'm going to write it down. So we have 20 grams. Okay, 20 grams. So we said 5 grams was 100 nerds. So 20 grams is going to be 4 times that. So that's 400 nerds. 400 nerds. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I'm not counting these out, friends. This is a much more efficient way to do it. And what are we going to do? Are you going to check my math? Are you going to count them out? I don't think so. Okay, so there's 400 more nerds. Whoa. Okay, so far we have 400 plus 400 plus 400. That's 1,200 nerds. Uh-oh. Okay. It's another 20 grams, 400 nerds. I'm glad I'm writing this out. That's another 20. Another 400 nerds. And okay. And then we have 4 more grams. Okay, so that leads us to 400 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 400 times 5 is 2,000. And then 4 grams would mean 80 more nerds. 2,080 nerds. Okay. Okay, so without counting them, super closely, I think we can get to whoever got the closest to that. All right, now I'm gonna look and see which parent and which student got the closest to 2,080 nerds. Good job, mathematicians. Thanks for counting with me.